just for like flying a new plane, pilots, they have to get their flight plan together. They have to check the documents, make sure are okay. You know, don't want to be like the guys that flew over DC, had their documents all out of date there. They have to make sure that the plane, you know, all the controls and everything, all that's working correctly. You know, they get in the plane, all right, everything's working good. They take the plane up, all right.
You have a little fun with it.
They're flying along, they're going up, they're going down. You know, they're checking all the controls. You know, okay, everything seems to be working right. They go, you know, they land. You know, they let the engineers, the mechanics know, say, hey, you know, everything works right, or no, there are some problems, you know, it needs to be fixed, you know, give them some feedback and everything. If something is wrong, it gets fixed, they go back up, they fly up, you know, everything's okay, you know, they land once again, then say, okay, good, gets my sign off. Same thing when testing our products. We have to do what we call confidence test. We have to, you know, check all the documentation, make sure everything's right and everything tested right. Looks okay. And then we have to take it through what we call environmentals, take through temperatures. So just let you know, we have
keep talking, but
you know,
plant your feet perfectly still, just like this as you're talking. Lock your feet in place. Okay, but you can still do the airplane stuff. Very good. Okay.
So we take the temperature cycles. It's going up and down, up and down. And then once it's done with that, you know, we have to check the program and everything, make sure that it didn't pick up or anything goes wrong. And then after that, we do one little final test, and if everything's okay, it gets a little sign off. So just like for, well, we have for our product, we want to make sure that the customer is getting something that's A-okay. You know, it gets our sign off. Just like when the pilot gives the sign off on the plane, that everything flew just fine, the same thing for our products.
Right, very good. So you've got 30 seconds. Very quickly, what is the sign-off process? To sign off, what has to be done? Can you do that 30 seconds? I don't know.
Depending on the product, for different products it's a little bit different. We give a print off from the computer, generally speaking, and then I give my little sign, got a little stamp here, and
So you're like the pilot in the airplane who goes down the list and then finally at the bottom says, okay, we're good to go?
Right.
Okay. So now we have, we're going to do
2 minutes.
2 minutes. We have two, say we have 2 minutes for questions.
We have 2 minutes for questions. Who has the first question?
Very good. Ask questions. I mean, now we're going to see what happens.
So what do you do during that environmental test? You spray water on it like we get out in the environment?
What we have
Now
to
what
do
you want to do, this is going to take some practice. So, okay, so what you want to do, Greg, is restate the question.
Okay. What we have to do for during environmental testing? Is that correct, Rob?
That's what I asked.
Okay.
Very good.
In
Now, I answer to everybody. This is the hard part, too. Because if you just talk to the person who asked the question, what happens with everybody else in the room? That's right. We're not involved in this anymore, so we can lie. So you got the hard part is remember to talk to everybody as your answer. Okay.
In doing the environmental testing, we're basically taking it through just temperature swings. We're taking it through a lot of times up to 55 C, down to -30, and then for some of the units, we give it the shape, the vibration, and we're turning the power on and off for most of the time.
Okay, now I forgot to mention this. What you always want to do then, even though you're talking to the whole audience, is you'll always look back to the speaker when you're through to verify that that person is satisfied with the answer. Unless they're a troublemaker, in which case you disregard them and move to the next person. So you don't need to look back to Rolf. You can just say, who has the next question?
Should I state that Rolf did that answer your question?
If you're concerned, if you're usually you can just tell by looking at them whether they're happy with it. But if you're not sure, definitely ask the question. Okay. Who has the next question?
Who has the next question? Joel.
Yeah, what is C?
Excuse me?
What is C?
What is C?
You mentioned in your last question 55 C, but what is C?
Celsius.
And what does that mean?
Celsius, that is temperature
Talk to
scale.
everybody.
Temperature scale, just like we have Fahrenheit, you have Kelvin, you have Celsius, or you can also call it centigrade. It's a temperature scale.
Okay, now we're out of time because you just last 30 seconds, so you don't have time for a final question. So at this point, what you want to do is just the final thought. So like in 15 seconds or less, how could you wrap this whole thing up again? So you kind of probably go back to the analogy and say, so what we do is like piloting an airplane and very quickly recreate that picture for us. So the last thing we think about is that picture. Go.
in testing our product is just like for the airline pilots, or for the test pilots. They test, they fly, they check it off. We do the same thing for our products. We, except of course we're not actually flying it, but we're taking it